What's up, you guys? Jason Stewart here with Liav Cloughley, training out of Parusa Training Center with Coach John X, and you're making your MMA debut. You do have some MMA or some Muay Thai experience, and you got into all of this combat training because of law enforcement. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've been trying to get into law enforcement for the past 4 years now.
Okay.
And I didn't have any sort of martial arts experience whatsoever. And I think it's a super important piece of knowledge to have being in that type of field.
I think it's crazy that they don't enforce so much more of that learning to people who are there to protect us. Because what people don't understand is if you don't know how to fight, you're scared to death to get in a fight, and you're nervous and you don't know how to react in certain situations. You just do the wrong thing, you hurt people, you shoot people. And so I'm surprised how little training some of these law enforcement have. But you went the right route. You wanted to go into it knowing how to defend yourself, diffuse situations. And then next thing you know, you're like, I love it. Was a passion there? Did it happen right away?
It happened pretty quickly. I think I was going for a few months. And I was just doing some of my kickboxing classes. And then one day I was like, I want to do jiu-jitsu. I'm going to try jiu-jitsu today. And then I wanted to start doing privates. And I was like, I want to do some private kickboxing classes. And John X was the one that actually approached me, and he's like, "Hey, I'll coach you, but you got to fight for me." And I was like, "What?" I hadn't thought about fighting.
Oh, so you hadn't thought of fighting? He's the one that brought it up.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to know it to know.
So you just learning how to defend yourself so you can be comfortable doing law enforcement turns into now you're gonna be stepping in the cage with the killer. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, "I want you to fight on my team," and I was like, "Okay."
John X is a great coach.
He is a great coach. Yeah. He's been awesome.
So you're training with John X, you're doing your martial arts, you're about to make your MMA debut at 24 years old. Mm-hmm. You just started training a few years ago.
A year and a half.
Year and a half? Mm-hmm. Wow. That's a short period of time. People don't realize in boxing, you can learn a 1-2, maybe a 1-2-3 combo, 6 weeks. You could get in there with someone else that's not experienced. But for MMA, you got to learn takedown defense. You got to learn jiu-jitsu. You got to learn to kick, knee, all of these different things and put them all together. And so a year and a half is really, really short period of time.
Yeah.
How often are you training to get cage ready?
Right now, 5 days a week, 6 days a week if I can, depending on work. But we try to train as often as we can. And
no martial arts experience before that?
Nothing, no.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so you went through a period where you weren't training and you weren't doing a lot of working out and stuff, and you kind of went through a little bit of a downhill. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So it was right before my 21st birthday. My dad passed away from cancer, and it hit me really hard because he was my closest person that I had. And so I was drinking a lot. I just was not really focusing on my health, and I just was partying in college, being a stupid teenager or
young adult.
Almost 21, yeah. And so I started to kind of look at myself, and I was like, is this what I want to do with my life? This isn't the person that I want to be. I wouldn't be proud of myself if I looked back 10 years from now.
Right.
And I was still following this life path. So it's I need to get back in shape. And that's what got me into the kickboxing. So it's what am I going to do to get back in shape? It's let's try kickboxing. Let's try jiu-jitsu. Let's try something that'll benefit me more than just being in the gym and lifting the weights. Because that's what all I had done before. Some life skills. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be somewhat of a gym rat. I would just go to the gym and try to lift heavy. And now I'm all about doing stuff that actually technique and things like that. And I feel like I stay in just as good a shape, if not better. And it's applicable skills, which is fun. So tell us a little bit about what you see happening in this fight.
In this fight, depending on who they give me, I'm still waiting to hear if we're gonna have an official opponent. So hopefully it all works out. But I trust my coach. I trust the training that he's given me, and I'm excited regardless. It's gonna be a good fight.
So you found out that your opponent got injured, and then your coach was like, "Well, we can go up a weight class. You could do a catch weight in between." Yeah. And it's basically just wants to get you in there and fight, and you're eager to fight no matter what, even if you have to fight someone heavier or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So that's one thing I like about John X. John X is we train to fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to know too many particulars. We just want another willing and able body to get in there and challenge us and push us to the limit. And so not all coaches think that way, which is, to each their own. But that's something really unique about John X. we train to fight. We don't care if you switch our opponent the day of. We came to fight.
Yeah.
So anything you want to tell your fans and your future fans that hopefully, fall in love with you, like I'm sure they will as you continue your fight career?
Anything to tell? I mean, I guess just do, if you're thinking about starting martial arts or whatever, do it. Like I had no interest whatsoever, and I just wanted to try it out. And now I've fallen into this little group of people, my whole team, all of Team Parusa, Coach Jonix, Coach Ali, everybody that's been helping me. It's like a family. Like you find a family outside of your family. And I think that was something that I really needed at that point in my life. Mm-hmm. So even if
I think a lot of people need that. And there's a lot of troubled youth, and they have trouble with communication. They have trouble staying active. They have trouble going outside. And I think that that's a huge thing for kids, for young adults, is finding that camaraderie that a lot of people don't have. And then they end up having all this bottled up. And, when you have that team and you can go train, like not only can you talk to people about it, but you can also get the aggression out on the mat and in the gym. So
and then hug right afterwards.
And then hug right afterwards.
Go get food or something. Yeah. It's a whole great part of life that I wouldn't have imagined. So I'm grateful for it.
Good times. All right, check her out, epicfighting.com. Follow her on all the social media platforms. We'll see you there July 23rd.
Yes.
Boom. Awesome.